Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new day of Road to TCG Worlds 2017. Now today we are going to be exploring Decidueye-Vileplume once again. Now that we've covered the main big decks of Guardians Rising, like the new decks, we are going to be exploring or revisiting some of the older archetypes and see if they can fare better. Now Decidueye-Vileplume gains Field Blower as a way to control abilities, presumably, or ability lock rather, against Carpador. Not too much else to be done there, but we run only the one copy simply because Carpador with Carbotoxin is probably not going to be too popular nowadays. The new Carpador is the new, like, the focus of the deck. Field Blower does allow it to remove annoying things like Choice Band, but if you don't draw it before you get the Vileplume lockout, there's really nothing too relevant. Some stadiums you could discard, but it's really not that big. But what I do think will add a lot to the deck is Tapu Lele. Now we are playing two copies of Tapu Lele, 170 HP, and of course we know the ability Wonder Tag allows us to search for any supported card we want. So its attack energy drive is essentially the same as Lugia's, except Tapu Lele doesn't have any weakness, which is obviously great. We miss out on the Dip Hurricane attack, but if we plan carefully we shouldn't really miss out on that. And we get the extra benefit of finding supporters such as Lysander, such as End, which this deck does seem to appreciate, to find those at the right moment and at the right time. So aside from that, we have our standard 4-4-4 Decidueye, 1 Tauros, 3 Shaymin, and 2-2-2 Vileplume. Pretty much the list is the exact same, except we have the 3 Grass, 4 DCE, and we have the Field Blower. Now, I'm not running the teched out version with Jolteon and Regice. The format is very different right now. It will start getting dominated by GXs. As you can see, the only EX Pokemon I'm running is Shaymin. So Regice stops being too relevant now that Volcanion and Darkrai will fall out of favor, and Jolteon as well, because the new GXs Lycanroc, Sylveon, and Ninetales, like those are the main ones, you don't really block with Jolteon. So it seems better to just go back to the old standard of outright beatdown and focus on that. So without further ado, the list is the same as with revised. I believe this deck is one of the highest secret rare count decks possible, like with the Grass Energy, the TCEs, the Field Blower. I could be using the secret rare Decidueye, Tauros, and Tapu Lele, but because they don't look as nice in the online game, I decided not to. I chose not to. But anyways, my last experience with Decidueye-Vileplume wasn't too great against at Brazil against Turbo Dark. The deck ran really cold, but I don't know. I think Carpador might still be a contender in this match. I mean, sorry, I said that wrong. I think Decidueye-Vileplume will still be a contender in this Carpador, Sylveon, Ninetales metagame, but definitely not as strong. Probably has a really good Ninetales matchup, as long as you don't allow a Rough Seas to stick. You probably have a very bad Sylveon matchup, simply because your damage output in terms of them having low energy is so low, and they get to heal. They have X-Maniac to block Vileplume to get back cards. I don't know, it doesn't seem that great. Although you could potentially power up something on the bench and then eventually retreat and start attacking to prevent the Team Flare Grunts from damaging too much. Maybe supercharging Tapu Lele. But if you do that, then you might get punished by the GX attack. So different scenarios that could happen there. Okay, we're up against another Grass deck, presumably a Decidueye Mirror. Okay, so my opponent decides to immediately quit. For some reason. No idea why. Maybe he just doesn't want to play the Vileplume Mirror. Oh well. We'll just have to find another match. Hopefully we find someone soon. Okay, Water Psychic. This is probably a lowland Ninetales, so this should be a really interesting matchup to showcase. Could be Lapras Wallfed as well, but I'm hoping it's not. Okay, we get an okay-ish start. The GX attack is really annoying by Ninetales, and yep, it is Ninetales. Wow, a lot of shiny cards as well. By Michael 1881. We can start applying pressure. Our energy is safe. If we manage to get the turn 1 Vileplume, that's gonna be really detrimental for Ninetales setup. And we get at the TCE, which is great. Okay, so off of this trainer's mail, if I hit the stadium, which I don't, that would have been really nice. Now I am tempted to just Sycamore away this because there's Vileplume, there's Gloom. Yeah, prizes are not hurting too much, and both Revitalizers are there, so I feel pretty safe by using Sycamore here. We do see one N and one Sycamore prized, along with one Forest of Giant Plants, one Ultra Ball, that's 4 prizes, and wow, no Pokemon are prized, and one no DC. What's my last 2 prize cards? I have no idea. Anyways. Okay, so we did hit the Revitalizer, but we did not hit the stadium, so we can't get the turn 1 Decidueye even. Now there's an Enhanced Hammer. I really doubt my opponent plays more than 1. Very lucky to have it immediately. And he does go for Beacon, so we have the TCE and we win. I am very tempted to just not attack here, so that I get to showcase the match, but nope. For an attack for the knockout. If I didn't have that, I would have evolved. I would have potentially used Tapu Lele for an N, perhaps. Maybe, no, definitely not a Sycamore though. Definitely not a Sycamore. And yeah, let's hope to find a good game now, because the video has now lasted almost 10 minutes and we have yet to see a quality game. There we go. Another water deck. So yeah, water being very popular due to Aqua Patch. Very, very popular. Excuse me. Okay, so we get an okay-ish start. Really would have preferred to start Lele or Taurus. And we're up against Gyarados. So this should be a really easy match as well. This should actually be a really easy match as long as we don't Tetra. And with an Ultra Ball and a Shaymin in my hand, looking very unlikely. Okay, draw our extra card. And wow, we can get turn 1, well, close enough. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of Lightender and the Decidueye, and I'm gonna grab an Oddish. I'm not gonna set up Vileplume just yet, of course, But I will Shaymin for 5 cards. Turn 1 Vileplume against that deck would just be insane. Nope, not yet, Pablo, not yet. Don't play automatically. And yeah, there we go. Wow. I mean, I really don't need Tauros here. So I can do this, and then we get a turn 1 Decidueye with a turn 1 Vileplume and a fresh Sycamore. 1 Decidueye is in prizes. But yeah, against Gyarados I won't need more than this. That's a pretty sick turn 1. I would not be surprised to see a concession right here. And I pass. Can't do anything else, but my opponent really has nothing to go off of here. Okay, so he does go for the end. If I find a grass, which I do, I can get 2 prizes. My opponent doesn't seem to have drawn another basic, so that's game. That's 3 games where neither of us, like 3 games which have lasted 2 turns, 0 turns, 1 turn, and 2 turns. Oh my. I guess this helps our rating to face off against better players. But yeah. I mean, Gyarados, even if we didn't get the turn 1 luck, would have had a really rough time. And looks like we're up against another mirror match. Or maybe not. I'm actually not sure. No Psychic means no Lele. Like from the previous screen, I could see he doesn't have Psychic Pokemon, which means he doesn't have Lele. But we get a pretty good hand, honestly. Pretty good hand. We are going second, so I will bench Tauros, Rowlet, and 1 Oddish. I don't really want to bench the second one. Incredible that I got 5 basic Pokemon though in my starting hand. That usually never happens. Okay, we're up against another Tauros. So is this a mirror match? Is this actually a mirror match? Okay, we see the Lysander, so that's gonna be annoying. Grass Energy on Tauros. He could potentially knock out the Oddish, which he does bring up, but he decides to pass. Okay. So of the trainers, I don't want to grab their Revitalizer. I will, however, attach a grass to my Rowlet. And I'm just gonna see, the thing is, if I use Shaymin, what could I possibly draw off of 4 cards that could help me out? And do I bench the other Oddish, assuming the active one goes down? Okay, fine, I'll do this just to get through the most cards possible. And can I? Yes, I do hit the stadium. Okay, so this is now looking a little bit better. Now let's do this, and I could potentially set up the Vileplume right here, but I really don't want to do that, so I'll just go for the Dartrix. I will play the stadium. I will evolve the benched Oddish and my Rowlets, and I will Sycamore into wow, very nice, into 2 Rowlets, I mean 2 Dartrixes, 2 Decidueyes. If I had found a Rowlet instead of the Dartrix, that would have been so sick, but that's okay. That is okay. So presumably we'll lose Oddish here. Okay, and then works for me. That's probably what my opponent top decked. We find double Lele and Sycamore Float Stone and Shaymin. The Float Stone is really nice. The issue is, what are we going to attack Tauros with so that we don't run into the GX attack? Probably Shaymin. Or we could Rage. Okay. Another Shaymin. What is this? Okay. I really don't need to use Lele yet. I really don't want to Shaymin for one, so I'll just end. Probably helping my opponent out. I also don't find a DCE. So I will do this, and now I will search for the Shaymin. I will play this, and I will grab a Level Ball to find a Rowlet. And I will Shaymin for 4 cards. There's Vileplume, but there's no Dartrix and no... Okay, if I deal 20, then 20 more, I'd be 10 short. My Gloom should be able to survive, correct? Well, my Vileplume, I mean. Because GX attack deals 120. No item cards for my opponent. I'll let him damage my Vileplume. It's really not a problem. He won't be using the GX attack though. That's for sure. Maybe I should have just sacrificed a Shaymin to bait him. Oh boy. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough, delinquent. Okay, and I do get the DCE now. So I will attach to Shaymin, and I won't end here. I will simply Sky Return. And now I will sacrifice the Shaymin, because if he takes a knockout, well, he should take a knockout, I can just knock him out myself. With the Decidueye, he could Lysandre, but he has no, he's already used one Lysandre. There's the Mantle. Yep, so he knows I have the DCE, so we're gonna see another dot game. We are actually going to see another dot game. And Razor Leaf for the win. I wonder what my opponent, oh, it was probably Serena. Based on the delinquent? No. Okay, so Tauros, Decidueye, Lurantis GX. Okay. Interesting deck choice. Interesting deck choice, sure. Okay, now we're up against a Fire, Psychic, Colorless, Water deck, Box deck. Presumably this is Volcanion, so this should finally be a real test for the deck. Unless we actually draw like this. Unless we actually draw this poorly. We need to top deck, and top deck big time, like a Sycamore or a Shaymin or an Ultra Ball or a Trainer's Mail. Oh wow, Garbodor with fire types? What's that all about? What's Garbodor with fire types? Okay, but my opponent does turn 1 enemy, so that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. And we do hit a Shaymin, so I'm happy with that. I'm actually happy with that. Okay, so I will bench this guy, I will attach this, I will play the Stadium, I will play an Energy, and I could Lysander, I could also Trainer's Mail. What do I want to find here? A Level Ball? Yeah, a Level Ball would be amazing. But no, it's gonna be a Stadium, I'm not gonna grab it. I will just Shaymin for 5 cards. And still, wow. Shaymin for 5 cards and we get nothing. Okay, so I will Lele for N then. We actually got nothing off of that. Off of that Shaymin, that's pretty bad. Okay, but Lele comes through and saves the day. Now, is that other Lele worth it here? Or should I just go up to the Decidueye and use my GX attack? Doesn't seem great. It really doesn't seem that great of an idea. I could also go for Shaymin. Yeah, sure, I'll go for Shaymin to draw more cards. Okay, 4 more cards. We're hoping to hit evolutions here. Well, we hit 1, I guess. And let's just Sharp Blade Quill the active, just in case it does become a Carpenter. And then we have Lysander as a way to knock it out, like the Garbutoxin Carpenter. We also have the Field Blower, which is pretty awesome. And there's an Espeon GX. So it's Espeon Flareon Carpenter. Espeon Flareon Carpenter, interesting. And there we see an N. Okay, so still no access to Vileplume, but we can get closer. There's a Choice Band. Is he going to retreat and confuse me? I hope so. Confusion is so annoying though. Okay, I only have 3 item cards in the discard pile, that's okay. Oh, he limits his bench, that's okay. I feel like I've been saying that a lot, but it really is. Okay. Psybeam for 30 damage, perfectly fine. Revitalizer, that's not a good top deck for us. We are going to lose this. I really need to start going on the offensive. And also try to set up Vileplume. A Field Blower here would just be insane. But nope, no Field Blower and no DCE either. Okay, I will get the Vileplume set up though. I will get the Vileplume set up. And I can double Feather Arrow. The question is, who do I double Feather Arrow? The Trubbish? Okay, I'm gonna Feather Arrow once the Trubbish and once the Espeon GX. And then I will use my GX attack. I will get back 1 Stadium, 1 N, and the Tauros. I'm getting back the N so that I don't lose my Lysander. Yeah. My deck is relatively thin now, so we should be able to find a DCE soon. Okay, he does delinquent me, which I am okay with. Tauros, Stadium, and Sycamore gone. Confusion is gonna be really annoying to deal with though. Really annoying. Thankfully he didn't put the choice band on the Espion. There's 1 Psychic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh boy, we have 8 item cards in the discard pile. Oops. Okay, gonna use my Lysander to try and buy myself some time by promoting the Trubbish, and then I will Feather Arrow the Float Stone Trubbish so that he doesn't shut down my abilities. That means 1 less card from end next turn, but I don't think that's such a big deal. And the prize card is a Rowlet. And that's it. I don't even need to try to attack because I actually don't have a way to attack. He has a DCE to retreat immediately, so he goes for another Psybeam. And there's a DCE. I mean, I really don't want to try and attack. So I'm gonna start loading up Lele. And I don't get too much, honestly. Okay, I can start knocking out the Garb. Or trying to knock out Garb. With 3 energy, that's 100 damage, right? Okay, never mind. I should leave Espion at 100 damage. So that Lele can come in and knock it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Oh, but the choice band. Oh boy, okay. So there's a Garbotoxin Garb with a choice band. So I could potentially Lysander and Field Blower next turn in order to get rid of it. Unless my opponent plays N here. No, he's gonna delinquent. Fine. I'm gonna keep the 2 cards I know I need. Field Blower and Lysander. That's more than enough. Okay, he deals 90 damage here. It's no big deal, but after I log this Garbiter out, that should buy me more than enough time to do whatever I want here. So I will remove the choice band. Now items can no longer be played, and I will promote the Garb. And I will target it aggressively to disencourage my opponent from attaching energy to it and presumably going for an offensive bomb. But yeah, it's gonna be a while for him to retreat. Or he could use another DCE to retreat. That's also true. Well, there's another Psychic. So he won't be retreating this turn. Espion has 60 damage. If I attach the DCE to the Lele, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 140. So I just need 1 ability on each of these to make sure Lele can get the job done. I'm not gonna end my opponent. I'm not gonna touch the DC because he could Lysander DC knock out my Lele, which is not what I want him to do. But he does go for the N. Now I do have N myself. Oh wait, how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, 11. Okay, so Garbs now do knock out my Lele. There's a Psychic energy. Oh boy. And of course I did not get the DCE back. I did not get the DCE back. Nor an N, nor pretty much anything. Okay. Gonna attach to the Decidueye. I'm gonna Shaymin for 2, hopefully an N. Nope, but there's a TCG. And I will pass here. He can attack my Vileplume, that's okay. If he attacks my Vileplume, then he can GX attack me for the knockout. Oh, there's a Judge. Judge. Can't believe a Garbodor is actually attacking me. Okay, there's a bomb. So even if I lose Vileplume, I think I'm okay here to close out the game. Okay, so first off we KO Garb, and then whoever my opponent promotes, we can deal with. Okay, he promotes the Espeon GX with 80 damage on it. So what I'm going to do is Sky Return. Well, probably should have used Lele though. Yeah, this was a mistake. I should have attacked with Lele. I really should have attacked with Lele. Wait, is my other Vileplume in the discard pile? No, I still have Vileplume. Okay. This actually ended up being a pretty good match. Oh boy, Lele for Lysander? Lele for N. Lele for Judge. For whatever reason, my opponent plays 2 Judge. For whatever reason. Okay, so GX attack time. There's the energy on the Trubbish. There's the Decidueye-GX. Yep. Yeah, Garbodor comes up, knocks out my Lele next turn. Do I have a response to that? She places all 3 on the Lele. All 4 remaining actually. Okay. Okay, now I need an energy. Oh boy, now I need an energy. Okay, can I set up another Decidueye? Nope. I really can't. I can't set up Vileplume once again. Okay, I have 10 total cards. There should be energy still left in my deck, like a lot of energy. So I'm just gonna end here. But now we're on a clock. Okay, there's the grass. No Vileplume for us. Is there a Lysander still left? No, no Lysander either. So I Feather Arrow. Maybe benching the Oddish was a mistake actually. And I Energy Drive for the knockout. And then, even if he does get Garbodor out, I can knock him out. The thing is, it's gonna come down to, does he have Lysander? It's gonna come down to that. Because I have no more N left. No, well, in theory I do have an N left. I don't know if it's in the deck though. There's immediate Trubbish promote. Do I have N in my deck or not? Yeah, benching that Oddish was a terrible mistake on my part. Well, he's gonna need a TC as well. He needs Lysander TC to beat me. But there's a Sycamore, so that makes it very likely he will get it. Well, 3 TC in the discard pile. This is gonna be a really weird finish to the match. I get the knockout on Garb, but then it's gonna be a while until I knock out something else. There's the TC, so now it all comes down to, does my opponent have the Lysander? Well, actually, yeah, I knock out Garb, and then I lose. Pretty much, until he finds a Lysander. Okay. So, do I have N or not? That's the question here. If I don't have the N, I still lose. I lose no matter what. So I hope it's in there. And it is. Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So because I'm short on time, I can't set up the Vileplume. I did not get it, but my opponent is down to 1 card. I, however, did not find the TC I needed. Oh, well, there's a TC. Okay, so now I can Shaymin loop the Espion, hoping he doesn't find the Lysander to beat me. Well, that's that. That's really... I mean... Into 1, get the Sycamore. Same old, right? It's like, whatever. That happens. Yeah, because he hits me for... Wait, he confused me. Wow, that's a pretty big mistake on my opponent's part. I don't think I deal enough damage to win. I don't think I can deal enough damage to win, actually, in time. I actually don't think I can deal enough damage to win here. I have 3 turns effectively to knock out that Espion. But I can't promote the Gloom. Well, I could have, I guess. I'll do it next turn. This is so weird. Oh, he can retreat and use Lele's attack. Yeah, I'm gonna lose by deck out, actually. Gonna lose by decking myself out. Field Blower is my Float Stone. That's the nail in the coffin, I think. Oh. And he has a Lysander. Yeah, that's game. That is game. I mean, I attach retreat and then what? And then I lose. I don't have enough turns. I don't have enough turns to deal enough damage, and it comes down to that. So yeah, Decidueye Vileplume wins real easily, or it struggles. The new GXs might make you struggle. Garbodor is definitely an issue. Both Garbodors are now an issue for the deck. I think it can compete, but I don't think it's up to par to things like Sylveon, to things like Ninetales, to things like Garbodor. The new set just came to establish itself as a new, like to establish the new best decks in the format, and everything else is mostly behind the newer cards, I would say. But anyways, this is it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode, which is tomorrow, where we will explore Trevenant Vileplume, which might prove to be a little bit better than Decidueye Vileplume. Who knows? Thank you guys, and bye bye.